Welcome to episode 32 of Meet the GIMP. My name is Rolf Steinert and I'm recording this in Bremen, northern Germany. Today I'll start a series about converting digital images to black and white, or to better said, to monochrome images. Monochrome images have a fascination. I got a lot of mails from you to tell how to convert digital color images to black and white or monochrome. And I really don't know where this fascination comes from. I have some ideas, but on Tuesday, when you can download this episode, I'll be on the new focus ring talk, and that will be my topic there. So if you want to get a clue with me together, get a clue what's really on with black and white, look at the new focus ring, which will be out somewhere in the future. I had some film cameras and did a lot of stuff with them, and doing that in color was simply no option, because a color lab is very expensive. Doing black and white stuff is not that expensive, it's much easier, you don't have to control everything, and so on. Up to now I haven't done much with digital black and white work, because the stuff I tried in the past was never good enough for me. I have my expectations from the time in the darkroom, and it doesn't fit in the quality. But I think I have found a way to get really good digital images, and I'll share that in the next episode. Today I'll cover some basics. But let's look first at some black and white images, and this one here is an image of a breadfruit, and it's from 1870 or so, 140 years old about. And there was no other option as black and white. And you see here the light is modeling this. It's nearly three-dimensional. It's a wonderful picture, and I think everything in color here would take away from this image. This is one of the fascinations, I think, with monochrome images. Taking away the color lets you concentrate on other aspects of an image. But we'll see to that in the focus ring. This photographer, whose name isn't preserved, he had no other option. This was black and white only time. The next one I want to show you is courtesy to the American taxpayer, because this is an image from Ansel Adams, a leaf in Glacier National Park, and Ansel Adams is the godfather of black and white film photography. He set the standards, and he developed a system, the zone system, where he could perfectly say which color, which light intensity should translate to which gray tone later in the image. And so he could do fantastic images planned, not with not with trial and error, but he could plan his images. And he made a tremendous body of work, and a lot of that is in the public domain, because he did this for the US government, and that work has been paid for by the American taxpayer, and so it's free to use for everyone. I think that's a very good system. And here you see again, with black and white, the structure of the leaves pops out, and this is one thing that I missed in my first trials to do black and white from digital images. This one is also from Ansel Adams. You see a dramatic sky and a mountain range and a path of light on the water leading through the image. This is on one hand side a very good image for teaching geography and a way how a river digs his bed in a floodplain, and also it's a tremendous image. And this one here, this is Grand Canyon, and also by Ansel Adams, and you see here by the mist in the air and the fading contrast into the background, you see the depth of these rock formations standing behind and behind and behind. And this wouldn't have been possible in color, I think. You would simply be distracted by these red and not so red bands in the stone. You can see the colors if you just think of all the commercials and other images you have seen from Grand Canyon, and you can imagine the colors, not see them. But these colors would make a fully different image. Today I'll try to show you some ways to convert an image which are, well, quick and easy and not so good as the more time-consuming way I've found. And while this last image here from Ansel Adams is on Yellowstone Lake, let me tell you one thing you should never do. Never set your camera to black and white. Always shoot in color and convert it later. Because with color, especially if you have shot in RAW, you have all the information you want. And even more than you want, you have all the color information. But if you set your camera to black and white, you are stuck with the color conversion the camera has made. And you have no chance to say, okay, I want to have the lake a little bit darker than the sky, or I want to have this dark blue I have here in the top of the sky, I want that to be this dark here and this a bit lighter. It could be nearly the same gray value here, because Ansel Adams knew exactly what he did when he made this image and which filters he used and which tricks in post-processing he used to get this image here. But you can't get your camera to do that work. That's the work in the digital darkroom afterwards. So never make an image black and white in the camera. I'll use this image here as my test shot for making a black and white image. It's not done with my Nikon. I have got a little nice point and shoot and also video camera, a Sanyo Xacti, for Christmas, and I tried this out with well, with some leaves on the ground. This is no way a special image, but I think it's a fine image for checking something and if it works in black and white. The first thing you come up is going to image mode and put the mode to grayscale. And now you have an image. You can save it as a JPEG, and a lot of programs accept that, but some don't, and they don't print it. So now for better compatibility, I should set this back to RGB. Well, here it is. nothing special. I can use the curves tool now to get a little bit more pop into this image. Just rise the highlights a bit and go down here. You see we get more structure here. I think this is the crucial part of this image. This could be fairly dark here, but here I want to have structure, so let me zoom into the image and get into the right area here. And now again use the curves tool. I think this is okay. Well, could be a little bit brighter. If you remember my interview with Joel, you can see here what he said. With 8-bit you have some difficulties here with losing tones, and you see here we have already lost some tones by this curve operation, and we'll lose some more now. I think this is better. So you see here the gaps are bigger now. Well, this is nice for a first try. You could use this in a blog or somewhere where you need a black and white image the quick way. The next way to do this could be the way via colors and desaturate. And here are 3 options: lightness, luminosity and average. I have not found out up to now what the difference between them is, but let us compare these images here. I save this, I save a copy as leaf lightness. Let's undo this and do it again with colors, desaturate, luminosity. Again, save a copy. I'll put these images into the show notes and make them available for download, and so you can compare them. And let's try the last. Colors, desaturate, average. And here are the 3 images. This is the one with lightness. This was luminosity, and this was average. Each of these 3 desaturation algorithms tackles the same problem in a little bit different way, and I think it's not that interesting to find out what's behind it here, but I cover a little bit of theory later. You simply have to look what's best for your problem. And I think in this case it's here, this luminosity image. I could start to work from here on and use the curves tool to get a bit more definition here in this area of the image. But I'll tackle that problem later with the curves tool when I have shown you a different way to convert to black and white. We have now covered two ways to make a quick and dirty black and white conversion. One is simply to set the image mode to grayscale, and one is to desaturate the image. And I think this way about colors and desaturate gets a lot of work done if you want to have an image quick. I want to end this episode with another bit of theory. If you look at this image here, we have three color channels: a red one, a green one, and a blue one. And you see here in these small icons, thumbnails, that these different color channels look different. And the problem with black and white conversion is to get the right amount of each of those color channels into the final image. When I go to the black and white image, you see here it also has three color channels, because I haven't changed the image mode here. The mode is still RGB, but these three color channels are equal. I can take my color picker and just select some images, and I always get a gray. You see here it's 8D for red, 8F for blue and or green, and 8E for blue. It's not really a gray, but these are rounding errors, and they are well, worse here in 8-bit as they would be in 16-bit. So 16-bit would be better with this here. But basically in all three color channels is the same information. In the next episode I'll show you a way how to convert the images with the channel mixer. The channel mixer is more powerful than simply clicking on desaturate, or what one could do also, go here to hue and saturation tool and pull down the saturation slider to 0. This was it for this week. If you want to send me a comment, please do it. Go to the blog at meetthegimp.org, or write me an email at info@meetthegimp.org. And don't forget to visit our website. Perhaps you want to check out the images of viewers of this podcast in the photo group at 23hq.com. You can reach the photo group with a link from the website of Meet the Gimp. And I hope to see you again next week with the channel mixer, and perhaps you'll hear me and the other guys talking about black and white photography and the fascination it still has. It's obsolete, I think, but it's still fascinating. And in the next focus ring episode I'll tell you when it's out. And with this I say goodbye up to next week.
Photocastnetwork.com, your photography resource in the podosphere. Photocastnetwork.com